Hello, welcome to this Game 3 of the Minnesota Timberwolves and New Orleans Pelicans matchup. I'm Cheppy, and here with me is K-Man. Say what's up, K-Man.
What's good? What's good? Excited for this game. What about you, Chippy?
Well, this is a crucial game for both teams. Minnesota can basically clear it away here with a Game 3 win, and Pelicans are going to do their utmost to avoid going down 3-0 and probably losing the series at that point.
This is a do-or-die situation for the New Orleans Pelicans. This is Game 7 right here. I mean, they got to come in with cold ice in their veins. They got to really dominate. They got to find a way to get back and claw back into the series.
Yeah, and this is also the same situation that the Golden State Warriors found themselves in the 2019 playoffs against the Timberwolves, where they were down 0-2, and people thought, well, this might be it. We're going to go out in the first round, and then they came back, won 4 straight games, and won the championship. So maybe we'll see something similar from the Pelicans.
That is a good point to make because this Pelican situation that right now, it's the exact same situation as you said, where they lost both the home games, and that is something that is really unprecedented to do in the NBA. It's only happened 4 times in NBA history. They're gonna have to really improve in this game, and really a bigger performance from Anthony Davis is what I expect.
And we have your starting lineups here, and they are the same from Game 2. Thomas Satoransky still starting over Drew Holiday after they were relentlessly teared apart for that decision in the Slack.
As you saw in that,
the same as well. Was that?
And as you saw in that graphic there, I mean, in every statistic, Davis is being outperformed by Anthony Towns.
Oh wait, I think they're actually I think it's Davis at center now and Baines at power forward. This will change here. Pelicans start out with a steal and Reggie Jackson going in for the slam. Reggie Jackson, he's been averaging over 30 points a game here for the Timberwolves in the playoffs, so he's definitely been a piece of their offense.
He's making his namesake, the baseball version, Reggie Jackson, really proud, really showing up in playoffs.
Here Baines finds the mismatch on Hardaway. Goes up for a hook and puts it right in. They're tied 2-2, 30 seconds gone in this first quarter. Reggie Jackson bringing it up. He's guarded by Satoransky. Towns on the perimeter driving against Davis in the high post fadeaway. Doesn't go.
Some good defense there.
Yeah, but Towns, as good as he's been, I think probably he needs to have a little more patience with possessions and not get too cocky here in Game 3.
Well, quick trigger there on that Dirk shot. George misses as well.
It's Jackson bringing it up after the Pelicans miss. Here a lob to Siakam, but not timed very well. It was right off the backboard. George here stepping right past Reggie Jackson, gets a layup. Here's Reggie Jackson bringing it back up to the Wolves. Anthony Towns slipping to the rim. Siakam dribbling, lost his dribble.
Good defense there. I like to see those active hands from Davis.
Yeah, well, I think that's all about disrupting the rhythm for the Pelicans. As long as they don't get the Timberwolves get into the same kind of groove that allowed them to take games 1 and 2, then they can win this game pretty easily. Here Towns finding the mismatch against Satoransky.
Got to take advantage.
Away. Again, no good.
Didn't get the ball to him early enough in that mismatch. Oh!
Disrupting the lob pass, Towns right there. Not letting Davis get one of the easiest shots in his arsenal.
It's a great interception there.
Siakam against Davis, gets blocked. Porter going up, blocked again. Davis. He's been all over the place.
Early on, we're seeing a much bigger effort here from Davis on the defensive effort.
Here's Porter driving. He's got Grant on him. Hardaway Jr. in the low post. Will layup doesn't work. Davis dribbling, and his ability as a big man to sort of be able to dribble the ball like a guard is a little bit unmatched.
Definitely, as we see here, great effort on the rebounds. Put it away, fouled by Hardaway.
And a lot of playoff games have been decided by who's owning offensive rebounds, who's getting those second chance points. Right now, New Orleans Pelicans getting off to a good start. Up 5, 7-2. Timberwolves are going to take their first timeout. 9:15 left in the first quarter.
Noticed an early substitute in the Minnesota Timberwolves. Siakam coming out already the game. Dorian Finney-Smith replacing.
Dorian Finney-Smith, he played some important minutes in the last few minutes of their game 2. There's a few open shots, so you hope he can recover from that performance. Here's Towns right over Davis after getting into jump. That's a good post move.
Strong move there.
Davis in the post against Towns. You're going to see this matchup a lot, I guess.
George, nice off-ball movement.
Gets the ball when he wants it. Shoots up for 3 over the smaller Hardaway Jr. and makes it. And that's what this game is all going to be about, exploiting those mismatches. Even though Paul George is playing at that shooting guard position right now, the guy that the Timberwolves have guarding him is way too small.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing the length of the Pelicans really affecting the Timberwolves here. Oh, goodness gracious. Paul George, great move to the rim.
Once again, not able to be stopped by the smaller Timberwolves defenders. He gets the and 1. Trying to push the lead to 9, and he does.
And we've seen, oh yeah, the injury for Siakam. That is concerning.
It's like a minor. I guess we'll see the extent of it after the game, but he turns it over right there. And he gets it right back. As for Reggie Jackson, he's going all the way. Blocked by Davis, yeah.
Bad decision there from Siakam. That injury prevents him maybe from finishing that play himself.
Another 3-point shot. Paul George, it goes in.
Early lead here. Pelicans looking to get back against that embarrassing first 2 losses. Ooh.
Pointer, Pascal Siakam to match up against Paul George.
Siakam's gonna have to step up. He's not been really that dominant in the series so far.
And even though Paul George missed that, I think it's very, very commendable that he's not hesitating in that shot, because his spotty shooting kind of sunk them in game 2, but they're gonna need it if they want to get past this Timberwolves team.
Definitely, they really need their stars in this series.
Here Siakam gets that rebound. Reggie Jackson pushing the pace. Anthony Towns cutting to the rim right there.
There you go.
He gets it for the dunk.
Good pass. Great decision making there from Reggie Jackson to get it to Hardaway, who had the easier angle into Towns.
Interesting thing about the Pelicans right now, they're letting a lot of players act as their primary ball handler right now. Paul George got the opportunity, ends with a Baines block. Here's Siakam cutting to the rim. That's 2 straight possessions that the Pelicans, or that the Timberwolves have gotten that kind of opportunity.
And they have more athleticism on their lineup. They should really get out on the break in those situations. Take advantage of the pace.
Baines thought he had an open lane, but Siakam too fast. He was able to catch up. Reggie Jackson right by his defender. That's a nice layup. And
straight,
like that,
easy layup.
16-15. This is Timberwolves only down 1.
That's a third straight possession just like that, easy to the rim.
As we go into this timeout, Pelicans first, I believe, after Wolves go on an 11-0 run.
And that's something the Timberwolves have always done throughout this series, is just be able to hang around with this Pelicans team, even in game 1. Just keep not letting the lead drag out to 20 plus.
Paul George gets a fade away, trying to create some distance between their score and the Timberwolves. There's Reggie Jackson right past Thomas Satoransky for the dunk. You gotta wonder when True Holiday is gonna come to the game. When there he is at the scores table.
Yes, the Sadaransky at point guard experiment really has. Oh, never mind. Oh, good defense there at the rim.
Caused George to miss that layup off the line. Towns for three. He makes it.
You know, it's something very weird to see a big man getting some off-ball movement for a open three-point shot. It really is a show of the changing in times.
Davis, long two, doesn't go. Tested by Towns. Siakam pushing the pace. He's one of the best in the Bulls for that kind of action. Towns down here in the post with Davis on him. Step back mid-range, doesn't go. Rebound Davis, pass to George. He's trying to make something happen. Actually, Otto Porter doing a really good job of staying in front of him. Some good defense.
This match in the post, Baines should take advantage of this, and he does. Great work there from Baines.
Timeout Timberwolves for all the Timberwolves did on the perimeter. On the inside, they fortunately got lucky a little bit of this match. Kind of allowed the Pelicans to get 2 points here. We're tied 20-20, 4:39 left in the first. No one really looking like they're ahead or they have momentum so far. It's been a pretty even matchup so far. So you gotta see where they're gonna differentiate themselves, each team.
Lonnie Walker and Drew Holiday coming into the game for the Pelicans. Oh, good move.
Driving on Davis, misses, gets his own rebound twice. Finally makes it in.
That effort there from Karl-Anthony Towns, refusing to send the ball back out. He took the challenge from Davis and Baines.
There's Lonnie Walker dribbling against right away. Ooh, nice spin move, gets himself free. The help came though, and he misses his floater. Siakam rebound, pushing it. Pass up to Reggie Jackson. He's going. Towns down there. That's the nice dunk. Only Lonnie Walker went to meet him.
Great vision there from Reggie Jackson. He's really shown his playmaking abilities this playoffs.
There's Davis driving on Towns. He's in the high post. That's such a Grant. Lonnie Walker's getting in a bit of an ISO play. Drew Holiday's open for three. Doesn't go. Rebound Towns.
They need that from Holiday, some three-point shooting. Not much perimeter play from this Pelicans team. Oh, great shot there from Jackson.
Jackson, yeah, three-pointer. He's had a lot of those in this series. Drew Holiday driving on Jackson. Gets to go over the outstretched arm of Red Jackson.
Great drive there from Holiday. Uses strength on the glass.
Siakam loses his dribble a little bit in the high post. Towns is going against Davis again. Spin move, mid-range shot, and that goes.
That is just too easy for him.
Towns has been averaging 37 points in this first round so far, in these 2 games that they played so far. He's really been sort of this player. Wow, and that's a great alley-oop. Anthony Davis knocks it down.
It's a great play there from Davis. A slam dunk competition there.
Boy Jr. for three. Goes. Minnesota is just extending this lead. They have 8 points, 32-24. 2:08 left in the first, so we might be getting a killer dog in here for the second quarter, possibly.
Ooh, 3-man booth. Very nice. So, Cheppy, right from the outset, what are your thoughts on this game so far? Are you liking the effort here from the Pelicans, or you think it's more the same from game 2?
Well, it's been looking pretty even so far. Minnesota's out to a lead, and you got to wonder how the Pelicans are going to respond. So, in this is a crucial part of the game where we see how the Pelicans are going to respond to the adversity that the Timberwolves are creating for them. So, as long as they're able to adapt to the situation that's present right now, then we're going to see a very competitive game going forward. Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to draw that foul, going to the line for 2.
Hardaway Jr. has not been the most efficient in this series, but as the secondary playmaker on this team, he usually plays that point guard position with these bench units. It's really important for him to continue showing his vision.
Drew Holiday catching Lonnie Walker off the screen. Davis finds Hood in the post, fades away, and that's
Gotta be more assertive here. Anthony Davis is only his 7th point quarter.
He spent a lot of the time matched up against Towns, who's been defending him well. So when he gets those mismatches against smaller players, he's got to take advantage. And he's doing a nice enough job. Now after that block from Anthony Davis, Timberwolves, Otto Porter inbounding. Towns gets it back to Porter. He's driving against Eric Paschal.
Oh, Paschal. Okay.
Paschal?
I was saying Paschal last game. I don't think that's correct.
I don't know. Here, Lonnie Walker, nice floater for 3 defenders.
Nice shot there from Walker. I'd like to see that. Some bench production from the Pelicans is much needed in this series.
Yeah, especially after he's been pretty much ripped apart by past commentators. I don't know who though.
Good foul there from Davis, sending Towns to the line.
Ooh. Missed first, trying to put his team up 7 here. He hits it, Timberwolves up 7, 44.7 left in the first, 35-28. Holiday bringing the ball up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Off-ball action here for the Pelicans. Drew Holiday takes that 3 off the dribble and nearly goes in.
Unable to get the Leonard roll.
Oh well, that didn't happen.
Good defense there from Davis, not letting Hardaway get to the rim.
He's one of those few big men where when you get him out on the perimeter, it's not really a mismatch. You can definitely switch 1 through 5. Here, Otto Porter puts up a 3, doesn't go. James Johnson, 4 seconds left. Holiday for 3. Doesn't go again. At the back iron.
Good contest to not let that go in.
Here it's the end of the first quarter. Timberwolves up 7, 35-28. Going straight to the second. Hopefully we'll get killer in. So far, even though Timberwolves have the lead, you don't get the sense that they're kind of running away with this. It's been pretty tightly contested so far. The lead has been kind of interchanged a little bit throughout the first. Do you think we're still going to see a competitive game going forward?
Definitely, and I think that the real player that for the Pelicans is going to be big is Paul George. Davis is seemingly going to continue to struggle against Towns' defensive effort, so they really need to have George to step up and have a huge game.
Jackson putting up his mid-range. Rebound Deadman. Paul George going all the way. All the way to a long 2.
Bad shot in transition.
Now it's Porter against Saturansky. I wonder how this matchup can be, but it has Paul George on Reggie Jackson. There's Rodney Hood coming out for a 3, doesn't go. Rebound. That's up to James Johnson. They're pushing the pace a little bit. Paul George at the logo, deciding what to do. Crossover, mid-range shot at the free throw line, and he makes that one.
That's better offense there from George.
The Pelicans are definitely going to need their stars to create some shots if they want to stand against the excellent teamwork from the Timberwolves. Here, Reggie Jackson, Saturansky not contesting. He gives up an open 3.
Throughout this series, Reggie Jackson has absolutely torched Saturansky. The height differential has not been a bother for Jackson.
Here, Deadman, he gets a nice dunk at the rim. Nobody there to meet him.
Yeah, it's a small lineup the Timberwolves are going with. Siakam at the center. Deadman should be able to feast inside.
Reggie Jackson has Sadorensky all draped over him. James Johnson switches on him off the pick. He fouls him as he goes for the floater, and that's Reggie Jackson at line for 2.
Not a great foul there. He had him closed off. He was forcing the tough shot. Couldn't find a way to not pick up the foul.
It's hit at George at the 3-point line, needing in. Pick from Deadman. Paul George going to the rim, but he pulls up right there at the free throw line at the elbow. The elbow jumper actually has been very standard for Paul George this game.
He's been great at it, very accurate. He's already at half of the team's points. 17 in the first half.
Siakam down in the post, blocked by Deadman.
Fantastic block there. Anticipation from Deadman.
Paul George shifty with his moves to the rim, gets Hood to follow him off a spin. We're nearly at 20 points already, only 9:36 left in the second quarter. Siakam now bringing the ball up. They've kind of been playing point guard by committee here so far.
Yeah, both teams really using that mentality of auxiliary point guards. I mean, Sadorensky, not what you consider a traditional point guard. Same as well for Tim Hardaway Jr. We see this from both teams, and right now it's working better in the favor of the Timberwolves.
Deadman hand off to Sadorensky. Deadman for the Pelicans has been a great rim protected presence so far, blocking a lot of shots. Reggie Jackson strips the ball from Sadorensky. They're bringing it back up. Here's Hood against Paul George. Pass to Jackson. He goes in for the nice dunk.
We continue to see this lack of transition defense from the Pelicans really hurting them. In the half-court sets, they've been really fantastic. That's too easy for George.
Pelicans only down 4, 42-38, 8:45 left in the second quarter. Here's Reggie Jackson. Hood finds it on the wing. Paul George on him. Siakam coming off the screen. He's going for the 3-point shot. He's been shooting 3 a little bit more in this game than he has in previous. Before he really couldn't pay him to take a 3-point shot. Now he's coming off the screens for him.
Better contest at the rim there. Ooh.
Ronnie Hood transition 3 doesn't go. Deadman.
Maybe I sound like too much of an old head, but I would have liked to see her take advantage of the space he had in front of him.
It's the new NBA. There, Deadman draws a foul. Burn Finney-Smith is first. Squeezed on line 2.
Good work there from Deadman. Without Towns in the lineup, there really is a lack of height from the Timberwolves lineup. Continues to get a rest. Long rest here for Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, Siakam's the one injured. Maybe he should be getting the rest, but well. Siakam driving right to the rim. Deadman gets another block on him. He's been kind of impassive. Not able to be. He's been a defensive stalwart. He's been blocking a lot of shots.
Yeah, he's had a really great impact here early on in the second quarter.
It's Finney-Smith on the perimeter. He's got Jeremy Grant on him. Karl Anthony Towns open for 3. It goes. That's the second 3 in the game.
Speak of the devil, and another one right off of a curl, as you said before. A new NBA, I mean, 7-footer coming off a curl for a 3.
No, but that's Towns' game for sure. He's got to be one of the most efficient big men in the league at shooting from the outside, so definitely he should be taking advantage of that skill. There's Hardaway. There. No, Finney-Smith interrupting that alley-oop. Hood driving against Grant. Jeremy Grant interrupting that pass to Towns. Probably would have gotten a dunk out of that too.
Yeah, it was great effort there from Grant, not giving up on the transition play. You need to see more of that from the Pelicans defense.
Paul George getting a nice screen from Deadman, able to take advantage of that to get a wide open lane to the rim.
Too easy for him. Already 23 in the first half. He's going to have a big game.
Hood right to the rim, crossover on Paul George. Where's he going?
Well, that's what you like to see from Rodney Hood. Misses 2 threes, decides, you know what? I'm going to go for the rim. I'm going to try just see the net. The ball go through the net once at least.
Ellie strips it from Sadaransky. Finney Smith gets the pass, not able to get it to go over Jeremy Grant. Here's James Johnson cutting, Melly on him. Ellie's defense enough to disrupt that layup attempt. Misses. Finney Smith, mid-range shot. Bank shot, it goes in. Bank shot.
Bank's still open on Monday.
Speaking of bank shot, is that one of the candidates for the NBN slogan where bank shots count more than a swish?
We'll have to see about that. That's going to be an interesting negotiation. Lance had a very good one that I was proud of him for. More than just a sim. It's a very good one, I thought. Good look inside.
Basket gets to go. Sadaransky is supposed to be taller. He's supposed to block shots. He's supposed to be, disruptive. Right now, not really though. It's kind of like he's not even there.
He's sort of disruptive to the Pelicans team, if anything. He's really not been helpful.
Deadman right inside the three-point line, pass to George out on the wing. He's posting up from the three-point line all the way down to the post. He's
oh my
just
goodness.
moving Hood around, but he misses the layup.
All talk and no show there from the post from George.
Shardway Jr. trying to find an opening. Finney Smith driving on the man, moves it back, losing his dribble. Towns in the post.
Pretty sure that was a travel.
Here misses his post attempt. Paul George gets a nice layup. Doesn't go for the dunk, trying not to be flashy while his team is down. That's called being humble. Here, a timeout for the Timberwolves. They're enjoying a nice lead, 7 points, 51-44. 4:37 left in the second quarter. And right now, Pelicans are not really able to get the shots that they want. They're kind of struggling to get, other than Paul George, ISOing. Not really the rest of their team being very collaborative to make good shots within the offense.
You're not really seeing many open shots for anyone else. It's really just Paul George versus everyone. You're hoping to see some better ball movements, better offense from the Pelicans. Oh, goodness. Great look inside for Jackson.
And Holiday and Davis in for the Pelicans, so maybe it was just more action happening. He finds a cutting Paul George.
That's better.
One of the bright spots for the defense.
You don't want George constantly having to ISO and draining his energy. You want easy looks for him as well.
Reggie Jackson takes the mid-range, gets his own rebound, but he misses the second attempt again. I think Towns was open at the three-point line that entire time, though.
Yeah, Jackson really should have had highs in his back of his head there. Mismatch down low.
Quarter happening. Oh, Davis fadeaway doesn't go.
Goodness gracious, he's got to pound it inside instead of fading away.
Gordon matching Paul George with the elbow jumper. Davis playing handoff with Paul George. Paul George driving to the rim. Siakam comes over for the help.
And Baines open on the 3-point elbow. Ignores him.
Reggie Jackson put up a mid-range again. Go. Paul George, even though he had Karl-Anthony Towns' hand in his face, he knocks that one down.
Another good find there from Drew Holiday. Hoping to see this continue from him. Finding easy shots for his teammates.
Auto court, Karl-Anthony Towns in a pick and roll. Porter going all the way. Rebound Towns. Gets his layup, misses it though.
Don't know why Davis didn't take advantage of Jackson on him.
Paul George had enough space to pull up, but he didn't take it. Davis down here in the post, fade away, and he doesn't go. Davis and Paul George in takeover, but not really taking advantage here. Siakam gets it right under the basket. Holiday not able to disrupt that shot at all.
Good effort here from Siakam, gritting through this injury that he has. That's the foul there on Baines.
Siakam. No, it's Baines going to fly. So he misses his first. Minnesota is up 57-48. And misses his second. It's Reggie Jackson bringing it up. Go down here on the wing, turning man on him. Reggie Jackson was cutting, they didn't find him. Oh, now the second time goes, but Drew Holiday able to put his hand up, kind of disrupted a little bit. Paul George right there. It's a nice pass from Anthony Davis for the dunk. And Davis, I think he could have taken that all the way to the rim himself, but he shares the ball with his teammate.
I would have liked to see Davis take advantage of it himself. I mean, you got to feed the hot hand in George, but finding more offense from Davis is important.
Siakam, he's been blocked at the rim many times. He's driving.
It's great effort there from Baines to stay in front of the much faster, more athletic Siakam.
Davis drew the double team, but Pelicans not really able to take advantage. They hesitated on taking a shot. Paul George from three goes in. He found that space. Really, a little bit of space is enough space for Paul George. Doesn't need to be wide open to hit shots.
Yeah, the Timberwolves have been good about closing out. They closed out hard on Holiday there. Tried to close out George, but enough effort.
Block Davis.
Better from Davis. Can't get the offense going. Got to get the defense. Oh, there we go.
The Timberwolves defenders following Drew Holiday out of bounds, and Anthony Davis able to knock down that dunk without anyone in front of him. Reggie Jackson stripped by Holiday. He's pushing the pace right now, trying to find someone, but he takes the shot himself. Mid-range doesn't go. Towns the rebound. I think he had to be more decisive there instead of he had to stay a little too much. Drew Holiday there. Reggie Jackson straight for the dunk. In 5 seconds. Last shot. It's Davis in the post. High post. Oh, and there. Oof. Blocked by Towns. Goes right into him, and that's halftime. Minnesota up 3, 59-56. Going to go into the second half. Right now, we have an interview with the owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Fella. So, I should say, hey, real quick here, Fella.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. How you doing, fella?
Not too bad. Thanks for having me on the broadcast.
Oh yeah. Well, what were we gonna say? No. Maybe in game one when you were just a small fry, but now you have established.
This is the big time.
Yeah, you've established your name as the team to beat here. You're up 2-0 on the Pelicans, who everybody favored going into the series. How does it feel to have this position over a team that everyone thought was better than yours?
Well, I think that we're witnessing one of the greatest moments, one of the greatest series in NBN history, personally. Like, it's just been a blast watching our team take down those pesky Pelicans.
Yeah, well, while your team is up now, you were in the same position last year. How were you trying to avoid losing 4 games in a row like you did to the Warriors last year?
Honestly, I don't really remember what happened last year. All I know is that we were facing the Warriors, who had, like, Curry, Durant, like, all that. So, like, you know, these Pelicans are, like, nothing compared to that super team. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you have something to
I
ask?
hope you guys know that the Pelicans are my arch nemesis. Like, I hate them with a burning passion.
Yeah, I do have one question. What is it that you feed Reggie Jackson?
Pardon me?
What are you feeding Reggie Jackson?
Oh, I have an answer for that. That is just raw milk, pure raw milk.
Okay.
Getting in that raw protein,
I'm
100%.
gonna start feeding that to Derek White.
Yeah.
Yeah, but great performance here from the Timberwolves. What did you think about that end of the half run by the Pelicans to cut the lead into it down to 3?
Uh, you know, they're playing pretty well. You know, Paul George is on a streak. You know, we know him very well. He's a former Timberwolf, as you guys might remember. But we expect to slow him down, right? We're more worried about Anthony Davis, like around the paint, you know, blocking our shots, getting the rebounds. So I'm expecting a strong second half performance. You know, we're a second half team. We're built for the playoffs. So
Yeah, you guys are really showing that here in this playoffs. And as you mentioned before, 11 blocks from the Pelicans defense. Their interior really keeping them in this game.
yeah, definitely. You know, they're really, you know, we're trying to get our game going in transition, and we've been doing a good job at that. But you know, like they have like full blown tower there in the paint waiting for us almost every time. So we got to get around AD.
All right, well, thanks, fella. As you see your team up, I know you think that lead's going to continue into the fourth and the end of the game, but you know we're still along for the ride. So might see the series come to an end early in Game 4, or you know might keep going.
I'm
So whatever
smelling a sweep. I
happens.
don't know about you guys. I'm smelling a sweep.
Well, we're all
Same
really
now.
excited to see how this series. Only you can make a sweep exciting, fellas. So thanks for this entertainment.
Thank you guys. I
Thank you, fella.
appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Good luck in the second half.
Thanks.
Yep. All right, that was fella owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves. A lot cockier than I thought he would be. I'll be honest.
I mean, when you're up 2-0 in a series and you got the next 2 games at home, you do have some reason to be a little bit cocky here. But it's up to his team to really step up to the plate now and back all the talk.
Here, first possession of the half, Reggie Jackson losing it to Drew Holiday. Sadaransky spin move. It doesn't fool anyone though. We all know he's pretty much taking a shot.
Interesting move here from the Pelicans. Holiday starting the half instead of Baines.
Drew Holiday mid-range shot. Davis gets the putback.
Good effort there from Davis. You like to see that bigger effort here from Davis in the second half. If you're a Pelicans fan. Only down 1.
Siakam open at the 3. He just fakes it though. And he's driving to the rim. Paul George on him, and Siakam misses. Paul George gets that rebound. Sadaransky tries to hand it off to Paul George, loses it. Hardaway Jr. all the way gets fouled by Davis. He's going line 4-2.
See Siakam continuing to pick at that eye. He got poked early on the first quarter. He's been having trouble seeing his left. I think it's left or right eye. That's completely red.
Timberwolves at home, but still not able to get Siakam the goggles. Hopefully he will wear them for Game 4. That's pretty much all I'm hoping out of this series.
Looks like his right eye that he keeps massaging.
Paul George for 3. Hits that one. That ties the game up 61-61. We're 10:48 left in the third. Reggie Jackson dribbling this ball up, finds Hardaway Jr. coming to the rim. That's an open layup. Sadaransky not able to keep up. So he's tall, but he's slow. So I don't think you really want him on guards.
Yeah, these quick guards of the Timberwolves are really torching Sadaransky. Oh,
and there's Paul George going violent to the rim. As much as Sadaransky can't guard anybody on the Timberwolves, nobody on the Timberwolves can really guard Paul George. He's up to, I think, 38 by now.
39 now. He's got so much of the offense for the Pelicans.
Here's Towns at the free throw line, posting up. He's driving hard, loses it. Siakam dives on the floor to get it. Hardaway Jr. going to the rim mid-range, doesn't go, rims out. Karl-Anthony Towns the rebound. He misses. Final defensive rebound. Paul George pushing it up to Holiday, then pushing the pace. Transition, mid-range shot, and misses. Fighting for the rebound. Siakam finally nails it down. Hardaway Jr. at the 3-point line. Sadaransky stopping it.
This is what you call playoff intensity here both teams fighting tooth and nail for every ball.
It's hustle everywhere. Pelicans doing their hardest not to get pushed out of this series, go down 3-0, and Timberwolves doing their utmost to try and end this series early. Because no matter what, their second round matchup is going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah, Pelicans really fighting for their pride here. They've been clowned a lot the last couple days for the losses at home. They need to show themselves as the team that earned that record that they have. Oh, good look.
Paul George open cutting.
The rest of the team has 24 points.
Here, Jackson almost loses it, recovers it, half spin, loses his dribble. Porter pass back to Jackson. He's driving on Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday doing a very good job of staying in front of the perimeter. Defense is unmatched so far in this game.
Shot clock winding down. Good defense.
Shot clock violation. Pelicans defense doing a really great job of not allowing the Timberwolves to get any sort of rhythm going, stopping every opportunity at trying to get closer to the rim.
That was a great defensive effort there. Oh, George feeling himself a little bit.
Heat check.
Oh!
Hardaway Jr. couldn't pass Anthony Davis. You would have thought he would have been the one with the most defensive awareness of the team, but he allows Hardaway Jr. to go right in for the open dunk.
Yeah, he got caught sleeping on defense, looking for his own man.
Here, the Davis matchup against Towns. He misses the fadeaway. Towns rebound, passes to Jackson. They're pushing. Holiday stops Reggie Jackson right there, but it's Hardaway Jr. down the low post. So he puts a nice hook shot over Grant, who's I think 6'9" or something.
Yeah, it got 5 inches on him and didn't even try to go test that one. Oh, goodness gracious, George.
Puts up a nice little runner in the lane over about 3 defenders. He has 43, 4 minutes into the third quarter.
I think George is going to try and go for the record of the most points in a playoff game. And this team's going to need it in this.
Reggie Jackson goes right into the rim, draws a foul. Anthony Davis. Pelicans not having been to the line yet this quarter. Timberwolves having a lot of luck there. Reggie Jackson knocks down both. Paul George bringing the ball up for the Timberwolves. And still, what you see is that the perimeter defense of the Pelicans has really picked up in this half, and I think that's largely due to Drew Holiday being good.
Yeah, we're seeing better effort defensively from the guards from the Pelicans.
Getting off on opportunities. I think this lineup has worked out the best for them. I hope that they use it more in Game 4. I don't know what happens here.
It's interesting because it forces Davis to a position that he doesn't enjoy playing. He's constantly said throughout his career he enjoys having a big man next to him.
Still in the playoffs, I think you make sacrifices for your team's success, and I don't really foresee this backfiring in any way if it ends up giving the Pelicans the win. Here, Davis at the line. Knocks down both, and that ties the game up. 71-71, 7 minutes left in the third.
Timeout here from the Timberwolves. As you noticed in that graphic before, 13 points so far for Davis, but the 6 blocks, that's what's really keeping his team in the game.
Come out here. Timeout. Tied, not very competitive game so far. Gorgie Jang, not seen in the first half here, his first sighting in the second. It's inbounding.
Provide some extra height.
Hardaway Jr. just gets a nice open floater right there.
Very pretty floater there. Early substitution.
Davis.
These Jang minutes coming early substitution for Towns in the third quarter. Oh,
Oh, and Siakam has been doing an amazing job at helping when Davis gets past his man. He makes sure that Davis gets that shot right there. Hardaway Jr. again draws a foul. He's been doing a great job of being active in the offensive end, for sure.
He's already gotten now. No, not 20 points just yet. But he's also. But again, we're seeing that vision from him. 6 assists through 2.5 quarters, and now he's got 20 points to match with it.
Davis, he has the ball in the perimeter, handoff play with Paul George. He's driving, he pulls up instead of going all the way. I think that might have cost him the 2 points right there.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit terrified of Jang coming over. That's the only reason I could think of why he did not decide to drive to the rim.
Reggie Jackson puts a shot up. Drew Holiday draped all over him.
Good defense there. It's Rodney Hood coming off the bench for the Timberwolves at the scorer's table.
Davis once again contested by Siakam. Timberwolves going the other way. Finney Smith with the ball on the perimeter and started by Drew Holiday.
Siakam had the mismatch with Saturansky on him. Still has it.
Jr. Ball back to Siakam. He's driving on Saturansky. Put the ball up. I think that one is not a foul.
Kinda, probably.
Again, here, Drew Holiday dribbling all the way to the rim. Draws the foul. Siakam's second, so no need to worry at this point about foul trouble. Either team, I don't think.
Baines coming into the game for the Pelicans. Placing, I think that's Saturansky is replaced. It is.
Able to stay in bounds. The pressure of Drew Holiday's defense too much. Paul George bringing this ball up. Screen from Davis, he's going all the way. Oh, block from Jang. Giving the Pelicans a taste of their own medicine.
Like to see that from Jang.
Go.
And we noticed in that second quarter that smaller lineup was dominated from the Timberwolves perspective. Jang now in with this bench unit.
Paul George bank shot. It's a little strange for the Pelicans to have Drew Holiday part of their bench unit. They made some risky coaching decisions. We'll see if they work out here for game 3 to keep them in the series. Tim Hardaway Jr. has the shot clock go down, puts up a shot. Doesn't go. Paul George. Lob to Davis. Wow.
And finding holes in this Timberwolves defense in this quarter. Much better play from the Pelicans out of the half. And as you said before, Cheppy, I think it really is that defensive effort here from Drew Holiday forces another turnover from Hardaway Jr.
Hardaway Jr. He's a talented shooter, but he's not really able to create shots against such great defense on the Pelicans, especially on Holiday's part. He's really been driving this second half based on some defense on the Pelicans.
You're hoping to see more off-ball action for Hardaway Jr. to get him open.
There's Lonnie Walker hop-stepping into a layup, draws the foul on Towns, his first. After there was some questioning on Slack's whether or not Jonathan Towns fouls or not. Yo, one foul.
So we see Towns coming into the lineup with the bench unit after that early substitution in the third quarter. His team has lost the lead since going to the bench. You would hope that he would hope to try and get it back. Walker misses both free throws there.
Regardless of what's happened right now, Pelicans up 3, 77 to 74. Timberwolves are the ones having to play catch up now.
And
Davis
really
driving to the rim on Porter, makes that layup right over him.
And this is better play from Anthony Davis here in this quarter. He's taking it to Towns now.
More than just hitting a shot, I think it's about being assertive. Knowing that he has the talent to go over these defenders that the Timberwolves are putting out and make those shots. Hardaway Jr. answers with a nice 3 off the dribble.
Big shot there from Hardaway Jr. Cuts it down to 2.
Jrue Holiday taking advantage of this screen, doesn't drive the Towns in front of him. Davis gets the layup to go over Towns, so that matchup's working out favorably for him right now.
Yeah, Towns has been struggling since that early first quarter run he was on.
Anthony Smith, top of the key.
That's off by actual Porter Jr. Oh, bad pass.
Go off. Virginia take a little more time to nail it down. Here, the 3-point shot doesn't go.
Good opportunity here for the Pelicans in the break.
Pass to James Johnson, wide open in the corner. He misses though.
Needed that one.
Back up.
Oh, inside, Junior was there, but get to it now.
Junior tries to shoot over Aaron Baines, but it doesn't go on. Holiday open for 3. He makes that shot. They're up 6, 83 to 77.
Foot on the line, it seems like.
Oh, really?
I think so. Maybe not.
Hardaway Jr. not able to get his layup to go. Fouled by Jrue Holiday. He's still going to the line for 2. I think that's a good foul. Holiday's corner.
Yeah, Hardaway Jr. had the lane open for the layup. He needed that foul to force him to the line for 2.
Hardaway Jr. has been a little problematic with his turnovers, but his efficiency has been very good so far. He's been shooting about 50%.
Yeah, 25 points. He's been pretty good. Oh! Great drive. No one inside.
Yeah, and he has to take advantage of his athleticism at that position if he wants to keep his team in this game. And right now they're up 6, so he's enjoying something. His team is enjoying his talents. Here, Davis on Hardaway Jr. Towns finds Jrue Holiday layup right around him.
That's better there from Towns. He's gonna have to continue to put the pressure on this Pelicans team.
Lonnie Walker driving, floater doesn't go, rebound Hood, going the other way. Porter Melly get a mid-range shot, tries to, kind of glide in. There's James Johnson, the dunk. You didn't think he had it in him still.
Great pass, great find from Holiday.
Hardaway Jr. here losing his dribble. Pass to Melly in the post.
Not where you want to see Nikola Melli. Especially when defended by Baines.
He finds Towns. Alone on an island. He travels.
The first time I've ever seen the 2K call travel.
This is probably the 3rd time I think in the playoffs that it traveled to both.
Oh, okay. Substitutions here for the T-Wolves. The quarter ends.
Jrue Holiday contested 3, doesn't go. So the Pelicans having themselves a good 3rd quarter, taking the lead back, 87 to 81. Pelicans up 6.
It's a great 9-point turnaround in this quarter, really led by the efforts on both ends from Anthony Davis, defensively and offensively. Really stepped up his game in this quarter.
Well, yeah, I mean, for the Pelicans to find success, they just need to be decisive with what they're doing with their offense. Before, it wasn't really clear what they were doing. Sometimes they were feeding Jesse George, sometimes they were feeding Davis in the post, but there was no real pattern to what's going on. There was no rhythm. Pelicans are doing right now. I think they found their feet a little bit in that third, and hopefully they continue forward if they're winning this game.
And what was great was that run mostly was made without George in the lineup. He got some rest near the end of the quarter.
And now you hope that our offense can only take off to different levels with George here, or maybe he was the one that was ball hog preventing the Pelicans. See right now, I guess. Jang gets that offensive rebound, denied the putback by 2 Pelicans defenders. George driving to the rim. Ronnie Hood not able to disrupt the shot. Paul George puts it right over to him, and he's at 47 right now. He's probably going to get to 50.
Yeah, we saw some better offense from the rest of his teammates in the third quarter. That really has helped this NOLA team get back into the game.
Siakam misses fadeaway. Eric Paschal.
Eric.
Taken. Eric. He draws the foul on Otto after taking him all the way under. It's one line for 2.
Like a girl.
Eric makes the second.
Key. Siakam driving, Baines on him. Doesn't go. Baines gets that rebound. Paul George going, no one in front of him. He's going in for the dunk.
Wow. Wow.
It's not just something the Timberwolves have to work on. Stop Paul George, and then the rest.
Starting lead's starting to get out of hand now for the Timberwolves. Oh, goodness.
Jang. Ooh, I think that was blocked, but it still ended up rolling into the basket. Jang gets those 2 points to go.
They'll take it any way they can. They need to cut into his lead right now before it gets out of hand.
Ronnie Hood doing his best to stay in front of Paul George. Off the screen, not able to stay in front. But he misses the long 2. Timberwolves going the other way. The lead still within single digits. And Otto Porter gets a nice layup to go. 92-85. That's some point lead the New Orleans Pelicans.
Nice work there from Porter. Nice work there from Porter Jr. You hope to see him take more control in this game. Oh, work there from Hood. Forces the turnover from George.
And I think that might have been Pelicans' ball if Paul George tried to grab the ball while he was out of bounds. It stands to turnover. Screen from Siakam. Reggie Jackson, the mid-range. It goes in. Wow, that's.
Yeah, I like to see. I like to see more effort here from Reggie Jackson, more impact. He's going to be needed for this Timberwolves team.
So Ransky at the 3-point line. They take their sweet time getting back to him.
I don't think they fear him shooting a 3-point shot. I think that's what they want.
Baines down there in the post. Eric P for 3. Wow, he makes it.
Great shot there from Eric. Halting the run here from the Timberwolves.
And here Jane driving right to the rim. But he gets stopped.
It's a good move there to get to the rim. Oh. That's a good find from Satoransky.
Faster than anyone on the floor right now. Pushes the Pelicans lead to 10. There's still a lot of time. A lot of time. Really, with the Timberwolves, you can't really say anything below 3 minutes is.
Yeah, we've seen this Timberwolves team pull off late comeback. You really don't want to have to rely on that mentality. Oh.
Here, a block to Jang on George. Someone who's been terrorizing the Timberwolves. It's stuffed.
I'd like to see more of that from Gorgie Jang.
Jackson on Satoransky. Left corner screen from Jang. He goes for the mid-range shot. Doesn't go. This down dead.
You do see the substitutes coming in for the Timberwolves. They're just waiting on the bench. Great work there from Shaw.
Timberwolves going the other way. 7 left in the 4th, and he gets stripped. Satoransky going away. And one. And
Thomas Satoransky, way to use your strength. He's been hearing all the talk about him being torched by Reggie Jackson. Decides to putting the effort there, steal and the
Jazz
finish.
completes the 3-point play with that free throw. And that pushes the Pelicans lead to 15, which is quite substantial. Quite a substantial lead.
Yeah, and Timberwolves now, they bring back in Towns. They're going to need him to really get on a run.
Good, the mid-range shot. This counts for 2. Timberwolves, all the good that they've done, not been having a very efficient night, only 40% from the field.
Yeah, we've seen that field goal percentage drop since the half. They were at 44 around there at the end of the half, but the third quarter really struggled.
So Anthony Smith trying to find someone to pass to. Georgie Jang creating space for him. He goes right to the rim and draws a foul on Anthony Davis. That's his 4th.
Something to look into. 4 fouls. Okay, now it's starting to get a little worried if you're a Pelicans fan.
Anthony Smith misses his 2nd. The lead stays at 12, 102-90. Paul George right to the rim.
Too easy. The guy to get back on defense. Sadaransky showing his vision now.
Rodney Hood's a good shooter, but you gotta wonder if he's the best guy to guard Paul George.
Well, it might be that the injury to Siakam is preventing him from being the primary defender on George.
Here we have Tim Hardaway from mid-range, doesn't go. They really like mid-range shots.
Yeah, ignoring Towns on the perimeter again.
Putback from Aaron Baines after the missed layup. That's a 16-point lead for the Pelicans now, but still, I think it's something that the Wolves can come back from in the past.
They were down 16 with 4 minutes left, and they had a Towns dunk, which fired them up last time. Maybe that could fire them up this time again.
Right now, the Pelicans should be thinking that they're in control.
Yeah, their offense is working much better. Even in that game 1 comeback, the Pelicans were ice cold during that run that the Timberwolves went on, which really allowed them. So as long as they can trade baskets, they'll be happy.
Siakam trying to put the ball over 2 defenders when Towns is open at the perimeter. Not sure why he's getting ignored there.
Siakam's not been good this 4th quarter. He's been really been tunnel vision, looking for his own shot, and it's not been working.
So we say that the Wolves can come back from a big lead, but a lot of that starts with defense. What happened that allowed the Wolves to come back is that the Pelicans were not making any shots at all in the last few minutes. So right now, if they want to recreate the same phenomenon, they need to play defense.
Not good.
They're not doing it.
No, 18-5 run over these last 4 minutes as the Pelicans look to really punch this Timberwolves fans in the mouth.
Now these fans, same thing happened to them last year, so this is a really bad flashback.
Oh, goodness gracious.
That ball stripped. Grant going all the way to the rim. Doesn't go. Tap out by Towns. Hardaway Jr. gets the rebound. That's to Siakam. Long 2. Doesn't go. Rebound Towns. His layup doesn't go either. Man, and this is just not looking good for the Timberwolves right now.
No, just when they wanted to go on their run, and they are just ice cold now from the field.
George Jackson, once again, trying to restart something, hopefully.
Oh, this is
again, another turnover. Baines going to the rim, draws a foul. He might push their lead to 22, which seems like it might be insurmountable. Actually insurmountable.
Yeah, this is starting to really get out of hand here for the Timberwolves. And see some of the hope in the fans starting to fade away. Leaving Siakam wide open there.
Prime tries to put it over Davis. He collects the rebound off the finish. And nothing working out for the Timberwolves right now.
Oh, you can hear some boos raining down from the home crowd. They're not happy with the offense being shown here from the Timberwolves. But you really got to praise the Pelicans. Their defensive effort has been amazing.
Strip for Junior. He gets stopped. Now I think this is their last hurrah.
Yeah, see there, and the transition stopped. Oh, great find. I'd like to see more of that. Where has that been all half?
Paul George looking to put this Timberwolves team away. Mid-range shot doesn't go. Here we go. Towns rebound. Porter Jr. driving. Crossover on Grant. Puts the layup up. Collects his own rebound. Pass out to Towns for 3. It goes.
Surely not. Surely not. They cannot surely make this
I
comeback.
don't know.
5 quick
17
points
point
here.
lead still for the Pelicans. They take a smart timeout. A smart timeout.
Don't want to let the Timberwolves fans think that they have any hope. Take a timeout. Can reassess the situation. And, get yourself going again, I think, on offense. You want to find George, who's been the player of the game. It's been a fantastic performance from him, especially early on. Obviously, the run that gave the Pelicans their lead was made by when he was sitting down, but he kept them afloat throughout the game the first half.
So the last 3 minutes of this game starting. A steal. Timberwolves part. Town driving to the rim. He gets that layup to go.
Is not how you want to come out of that timeout if you're a Pelicans fan. It was the worst possible situation. An early turnover and quick points for the Timberwolves.
They wanted to run completely broken up. Here it's Paul George ISOing. Runs right into 3 defenders. Grant for 3. Doesn't go. Davis, offensive rebound doesn't go. Davis again. And Davis knocks it down, I think.
Well, a fantastic effort there from Anthony Davis, really showcasing his ability. He wants this win bad. Oh,
wow,
Johnson.
Bad pass from Siakam right to James Johnson.
George smartly slowing the game down. Oh, or not. Grant.
Grant right into the basket, misses his layup attempt. Otto Porter doing great to not foul at the basket.
Yeah, that was important there, but I think it might be a little bit too late. 17-point lead with a minute and a half left. Oh!
Junior goes to 2.
Yeah, 15-point lead. This looks... It's insurmountable. It has to be.
Well, George, yep, that shows a foul. This should be it. I don't think they can go back to 17 lead.
George has been awesome all game. He can put himself up to 55 here tonight. But I think a point does have to be made for the extra effort Anthony Davis made in this second half. First half, he only had 9 points, 6 rebounds. He did have 5 blocks, but he stepped up big time on both ends in the second half. Oh, that's
just
terrible.
Not having your head in the game right now. I think Reggie Jackson was too caught up in the score, what he had to do, and just stepped out of bounds.
He didn't get his halftime raw milk.
Bella was here, he wasn't in the locker room, and that just caused the Timberwolves to fall apart. It's a sad story.
I think you pointed it out. It really was the substitution of putting Drew Holiday into the lineup to start the second half. It really started the increased defensive intensity from this Pelicans team from the top bottom.
And you might see the Pelicans switch their starting lineup for Game 4 now that they are securely back in the series. Carnathan Towns knocks down a 3.
Yeah, Towns was held in check in the fourth quarter, in the second half in general, and you got to wonder from the Timberwolves' perspective if those substitutions. Oh, great pass!
It's the third alley-oop that Anthony Davis has thrown down this game.
But if I'm a Timberwolves fan, I gotta look into. If I'm a Timberwolves fan, I gotta wonder what were the rotation plans from this Timberwolves team. Some questionable decisions. Towns coming out early in the third quarter. That's what really lost them the lead, and then lost them the game eventually. And again here, great defense here from the Pelicans. They're not letting up here, even though the game is sealed and shut.
Pelicans gonna go this series still down 2-1, but they have avoided what would have been probably a sure series loss if they were down 3-0. But
Yeah,
still,
this was
I think you can't take your foot off the pedal. If you go to, you can't, game 4, you have to look at it the same as game 3, must win.
Exactly. This was a great work here from the Pelicans. They got to take it one game at a time right now, and they got to bring the series. Now they have it guaranteed that the series will go back to New Orleans for Game 5, but the fight's not over if you're a Pelicans fan. This is just the first half of it. They need to tie this series up next game and show this defensive effort once again.
So, great performance by Pelicans, but the Timberwolves, they had a good surprise performance from Tim Hardaway Jr. He had 29 points, matching Anthony Towns. Reggie Jackson, who has been averaging 30, had a subpar performance by his standards with 24 points. Only scored 4 points in the second half, as opposed to 20 in the first, so he slowed down tremendously when the defense started keying in on him. Paul George with the 55 points that he had, and 6 assists to go along with it. Unselfish play from him.
Yeah, and I think it's what you mentioned there before, alluded to there. It was really the slowdown. In the first half, Towns had 17, Reggie had 20. In the second half, only 12 points there for Towns, only 4 points there for Reggie Jackson. Whereas Davis, he was the sort of the reverse script. He only had 9 points in that first half, and then he just flipped it around. A completely different second half. 18 points in the second half. He was really good. It was really dominant performance from him.
And additionally, what the Timberwolves have to deal with is that small injury to Pascal Siakam to affect how he plays going forward in the series, or whether or not they will play him at all.
Yeah, and one thing I like to see is the difference in shooting, especially from the perimeter versus the first and second halves, because I really did not feel like the Timberwolves were able to get many 3-point shots up in that second half, whereas the first half they were finding open shots in the perimeter for Towns and for Hardaway Jr.
So, anyways, do you have any concluding thoughts about the game here?
I think this was a very good I think this was a very important performance from the Pelicans, a prideful performance. They needed to show themselves why they're why they are the third seed in this Western Conference, and put the Timberwolves sort of back in their place as the lower ranking seed in this matchup.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely looking forward to see how this series evolves, whether or not the Timberwolves will end up with a tied series or up 3-1. We're going to see what's going to happen in Game 4. That's going to be as exciting a game as this one, maybe even more. Anyways, let's cut it off now. It was fun commentating the game. Game, if you want to sign off.
Cheers.
All right, great. We'll see you another time.
White's better than Walker.